Hello, gamers. I know it's been a while. I know it was a stream, I think, on Thursday, but I decided to put it for today because I tried doing it on Thursday. But finally back, another Deltarune Paramation reaction. I'm also next one will be right to more series. Just go react to one series and that's it. But next after this one will be another react to Deltarune. Two more Deltarune series. So yeah. So yep. So I see this Snowgrave animated because it's probably really good because whenever it's Snowgrave, this is about Snowgrave is gonna be epic. And probably scary because the Snowgrave from type 2 is scary. And even type 4, man, like dang. And I'm just gonna find that Snowgrave it's gonna be like a type 5. If there was even a Snowgrave from type 5, there might not be no Snowgrave from type 6. I don't know. So yeah. I will give my series for watching in the next Snowgrave festival when we get after I'm done watching this first video, then yeah. But so for Biggest watching that's when I know lots of stuff. The Snowgrave anime. It's a game series uploaded a series on Deltarune. The last series that game series that was before Map Power retired. And I was so hoping that we could get Map Pad in for this. Because I got Map Pad in for the FNAF series. I got Map Pad soundtrack I guess came from the Purple Undertale. I play Whip. Pop fans, by the way, I gotta say that quickly. See what else? What's up? What else? Samson, that's a big thing. I was so big, made it into the freaking Finance and Freddy's movie. It's gonna come out later this year. But no, freaking. I guess Matt Patton feel like coming out of retirement. Does it do it on Matt? Lily, you need to play this like a top of Deltarune. I mean, I thought you did one series of Deltarune if we went until you're on retirement, but you couldn't just come back to do freaking Deltarune Chapter 3 or 4 series or one with Deltarune series. Come on, man. I'm so upset. Because I know a Map has the first one. I'm just always literally doing nothing right now, probably 20's retirement. But man, I'm so upset that that Map Pad didn't want to be included in this series, man. Lily, you won't be included in the Finance and Face series, but not in the Deltarune one. Wow. Anyways, people, go ahead and get straight into this. Alright, here we go. It's called The Lesson of Deltarune 5. So it is kind of about the prophecy where we learn more about chapter 4 and but I guess it's, I think because of my reaction to chapter 4 when I was looking at that pixel that I didn't want to see. I think that was who looked at herself dying, but I think it was maybe so looking at Noelle dying. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, and I was also going to say something else, but I forgot. Oh, right. Okay, I actually want to go out of Deltarune for a minute. So I was watching something else for gameplays yesterday. And one of the gameplays I was watching was from, I say 2020 Kiss Mode, and my friend is tracking. Now, going back to that for a minute, it's confirmed that the tracking, because Gulson's prophecy, is Susie tracking. And going to the thing that's my friend tracking, the tracking is seen with a knight. And the dragon in that same map is purple. Susie's purple and it's a dragon. But see, it's the same with the knight. But if the knight is death, then but what we saw from my last tattoo to that series film I did might be kill. And I only think that kills the knight, but if Susie, but we haven't seen like Susie be friends with the knight, I don't really say, because Susie is against the knight, not with the knight, like signing with the knight. We want to see Chris side with the knight, but I don't know. Just wanted to say that quickly. Anyway, let's see what this is all about. This let's say that's a lie. Let's go.
Today's episode is sponsored by WB Games. The legend of the Deltarune is a lie. Many of the characters we've fallen in love with actually play very different roles than we originally
That's the time for Deltarune series. So hey.
It's time to reveal the truth about our heroes, their greatest enemy, and the legend of the Deltarune itself. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, the show that promises to give the new Pope Leo a copy of Deltarune if given the chance.
Wait, there's no
if
Pope
I'm
now?
bringing
Yes,
up
do
that
that.
dead meme, that can
Do that.
only
Nope.
mean one
Nope.
thing.
No
Deltarune
pause.
chapter...
I'm trying to pause it, but my laptop won't pause it. Do that. Come on. I'm missing up for Pope Francis video. See, I know my game theory knowledge. But Lily and I can do that. Come on, we need that sequel, man.
3 and 4 have finally arrived, and I have been dying to get stuck into these new installments of the story, have some questions answered from previous chapters, and as always, try to solve the new questions these chapters present.
I hope Matt cast Tom up on all the lore of Deltarune. I'm assuming that Matt probably did cast Tom up with the lore, or that, or maybe Tom just watched literally every single chapter of Deltarune up until chapter 4. But I think that would most likely do. Either that or Matt did get him up to date from the Deltarune. So it's even the Deltarune lore. It's the Undertale lore too. So unless you have watched like all the tales of Deltarune, I think you would have to watch like all the tales of Undertale. I think. I don't know. That's what I think. I don't know, because Deltarune, it sounds like FNAF, like for real. Anyways.
And there is a lot to discuss, my friends. We're going to be uncovering the true identities of some familiar characters and what their roles are within Deltarune, learning that the things we thought to be set in stone may not actually be true anymore. Seems to be a running theme on this channel recently. And of course, figuring out what it all means for the future of this franchise. So gulp down that juice, theorists. It's time to open up a dark fountain and dive back into the world of Deltarune. Lee, what are you doing here? Are you here to help me take on the lore of Deltarune?
What? No, don't be ridiculous. I'm here because today's sponsor needs us to save the DC.
Oh, freaking. Did you sponsor still freaking only made into the video? Well, that was quick. Let's get it over with now.
So... bye! It's been almost 4 years since Chapter 2 was released, and over a year since our last video on it. So before we get too deep into this dark world,
Matt was still around for that video release. I'm sure that Matt is gone, man. Like feels like this, man. Makes me feel more sad Matt is gone. Because Matt was the on like the FNAF guy, but the Undertale guy, like. I'm sorry, I keep like saying that on my wish Matt was, but I wish he was. See, so busy doing that he couldn't, have done this video. Matt, we just done with Deltarune after that we did only bring into the retirement. We thought you've been playing that too. I guess what that's. Well, I mean, that's the best. I guess he did get a lot of hand on. Yeah, maybe I guess why he probably didn't play time to because he did get. I'm gonna go like. They get a lot of hate on that Pope video type out wicked Pope Undertale. So that's probably right, because everything I don't know. I think I was the same, but I think I'm fine with him not being fair because I say Malpie is Undertale probably that to him because not only of the Pope fans, but the sense is necessary, which I gotta say right now, I actually really do believe the sense is necessary, only for the reason that the first ever saying the Telefox worked on was a Halloween hack for Earthbound. Where freaking Nest came from. Did I think about that? I don't know. Anyways.
You a quick recap. Deltarune is the spiritual successor to the wildly popular indie RPG Undertale, a game where every small decision you made, from defeating enemies to how you spoke to characters, completely altered the outcome of the game. Deltarune, however, works a little bit differently. There aren't multiple paths you can take that lead to different endings. Characters aren't killed, but instead the battles end after a certain amount of damage is made and you spare them. The whole theme of this game is that your choices don't matter. Over the last 2 chapters, we met Chris, a quiet individual who explores places called the Dark Worlds with former bully Susie. During these adventures, they meet Rolze, a creature from the Dark World who wants Chris to fulfill the legend of the Deltarune. This prophecy was that 3 heroes, a human, a monster, and a prince from the dark, would seal the dark fountains and banish the angels' heaven. Again, highlighting the idea that their destinies are set. They cannot be changed. And even if you try to force a change, like you can in chapter Chapter 2, where you do a genocide-like run, making your friendly neighbor Noelle freeze enemies to death, it still doesn't change the outcome. It only affects how you got there and how Noelle behaves. Not exactly what people were expecting when the game first came out, but something you can do to affect the outcome of this channel is hitting that subscribe button. We're actually on our way to hitting 20 million subscribers, and we're planning something really special for when we hit.
Like, the FTM has more subs than game series. It's kind of like shocking to me. Like, it's history, like, game subs, like, very slowly recently. It was finally weird. I thought they'd be like almost up to like 30 million at this point, but I guess not.
But if you want to find out what that is, you got to hit that button. If you're skilled enough, that is. Oh, wow, you actually did it. I'd better get to planning then. But in the meantime, let's chat about Chapter 3, because we are met with a similar linear path to the previous chapters. In Chapter 3, we travel through the dark world opened by Chris at the end of Chapter 2.
Don't want it to be a multi-part series because they were doing multiple parts for FNAF Secret of the Mimic. I think 3 parts for FNAF Secret of the Mimic. Yeah, so I hope this is a multiple parts and that he's only talking about Chapter 3 in this video, and the next video talk about Chapter 4. I don't know, that's what I feel like it is. I feel like it's gonna be a multi-part, which sucks.
The 2, where we take on Tenor, the TV set
again,
that has been
to be fair, I think, let's see, the WD Castle series they did that was double part. Oh, there was actually 3 parts. Yeah, there was I say 2 parts into 2 parts. I know it's one where we had to like pick a choice, like a 2 on the pencil. So yeah.
Has Chris's mother Toriel imprisoned under the instruction of the Knight. This is a character we have been waiting to hear more about from the first few chapters. They are a big part of the legend of the Deltarune, being the one who is trying to bring around the Roaring, an apocalyptic event that will doom everyone. And by the end of Chapter 3, the Knight shows themselves, defeating our heroes and fleeing to a bunker in town with poor Undyne in tow. Chris and Susie discover that there is a code into this bunker, but they believe they have to get it from the mayor, Noelle's mother. This is where Chapter 4 kicks off. Susie and Chris invite themselves over to Noelle's to snoop. After finding part of the code, a new dark fountain is formed at the church nearby. Susie and Chris enter and begin to learn about the prophecy of the Deltarune. Once again, Chris seals the dark fountain after going up against the Roaring Knight and the Titan that they summon, a sign of the Roaring that is to come. And you know what? Let's talk about the Roaring Knight for a minute. For a long time, their identity has been a mystery hanging over this community. Could it be Father Alvin? He seemed mighty suspicious. Was it really Chris because they opened a dark fountain at the end of Chapter 2? Well, finally, we've gotten to see the Roaring Knight in the flesh, or darkness, and it's clearly not Chris. It'd be pretty tricky to fight against yourself. But then, who is it? Well, the first major clue we get is that the Knight isn't like other darkness. Ralsei has made it clear over various chapters that darkness cannot leave the dark world, because they aren't really real like Chris and Susie. They just exist as playing cards, toys, objects that take on new meaning in the shadows. But after you defeat, or more likely lose to the Roaring Knight, he runs away to the world of light and is able to exist inside the bunker, implying that this knight isn't a darkener, but a lightener like Chris and Susie that is able to exist in both worlds. And with this being a lightener, we should also be able to take a look at their physical appearance to narrow it down more. Chris and Susie still look like themselves in the dark world, so it's likely there will be some similarities between the knight and their lightener form. Starting with the head. It's clear that this Roaring Knight has antlers. Other than making him look pretty cool, this connects the Roaring Knight specifically to Noelle and her family, the Holidays, a family of reindeer. Immediately, my mind went to Carol, Noelle's mother. She seems pretty evil so far, with her red text talking directly to the player and her neglectful treatment of Noelle. She even has a katana on the wall, which
I was going to play it so fun with Noelle because
Carol sword. Something.
I still want to be Des. Because if it's not to be killed, then that still doesn't ask the question where Des is. Oh, well, actually, in that last series, too, I said, Des is trapped in the game code. And with then, what I was like, how do we, let's go for the game code? Like, this quit, I don't know, man. Like, how would we save it from the game code? I don't know. I don't know if I believe that theory or if it's like the game code. Because of course you have those messages like, how about Snowgrave can see me and it's like scratching. But how can we protect them? That just doesn't make any sense. I think this season a game, so I guess it makes no sense. He was stuck in a game code because I knew we know what to say for, and that would make the story like the game have a sad ending. I don't know.
Else caught my attention. When they hold it upright, we can see that the bottom has a flat edge. If this were a katana or any other traditional sword, that flat part in the pixel art would be higher up to act as a guard for the hand.
Oh!
This one is at the bottom.
Plus, okay,
take a look
what is going hard? None of this series I've tried to have by that they've always said it's a katana. They never. Other series titles, I think Casey got your beat. I think that's the proof all the freaking series I read to in the last stream. The one series. I never noticed that. So then that can be killed then. So that was his deaths. But she's saying they came cold. Hold on. I'm asking you a train now. You got my attention, came series, if those two my paying attention this, but you got my attention.
Sword, it's more rounded than it is pointy. The pose almost reminds me of when I was a kid and how I tried to balance a baseball bat in my hand. Wait, in previous chapters, Noelle recalls how her older sister Des would hit Chris with a wiffle bat if they were lying. And we know that taking items into the dark world transforms them, like our sword really just being a pencil. Des is also the only member of the family we haven't met yet. We actually know very little about Des, other than her full name is December, keeping with the holiday theme, she is no longer around, and weirdly, that she's left-handed, based on her mouse being on the left side of her computer. And wouldn't you know it, the knight also wields their sword in their left hand. But there's more than a wiffle bat sword that connects the Roaring Knight to Des. When trying to look for the code to the bunker, Chris enters Des's room and finds Des's guitar. That guitar has shown up once before during the Spamtum sweepstakes.
But go back to Kill series. Another part that the post talked about, and I don't remember what the name was, in the last series we had to, was that if Kill is calling Quiz, and the knight's like, I think test box like sounds the same as Kill's test box. I think if it calls Quiz. I can't remember all the theory was about last time, but I think I actually like 100% believed the fake Kill say, but for physical appearance. Maybe Toby Fox didn't consider that, maybe. Like, I mean, maybe Toby Fox didn't consider that. Maybe Toby Fox meant to put the thing higher, maybe. The Toby Fox isn't going to make out say perfect, okay? I don't know. Maybe that was the same mistake Toby Fox made. I don't know. Because I still do believe that Kill was a knight, but this is making me believe a little bit more that it is Des, but I don't know.
That happened a few years ago. Players found a web link called deltarune.com/Des. By going to that webpage and clicking on the guitar, it plays a song called findher.ogg.
No, it is
this musical motif is also present in the Roaring Knights theme song. The music in this game is exceptional. Toby Fox is a fantastic composer, and so to make a song with such a similar motif cannot be a mere coincidence. Especially when in Chapter 3, there is a slot machine where you can enter as many points as you like to get a prize. And if you choose to spend 1,225 points,
that's on Christmas.
Appears. In this room is another machine that contains a piece of lacquer. Small, dark, and triangular, just like a guitar pick. I don't think I forgot about the number of points you entered to get to this secret room. 1225, as in December 25th, Christmas, a December holiday. And the cherry on top of all of this is that when Chris actually looks at this guitar in Chapter 4, what do they find? The code to the bunker. The code to the bunker that the Roaring Knight is hiding in is inside Des's guitar. Des is the Roaring Knight. But then why would
I know that Tom probably say the same thing, probably, but why would Chris like hide the guitar from Susie? Why would like Killer get mad when? No, it makes so much more sense. It kills a night because the way that scene makes sense where Kirill gets mad at Susie for having a guitar is if she's a knight and she's like not trying to get figured out for being a knight. So the knight has to be Kirill. I'm sorry, I'm taking it down right now. I'm sorry, but Kirill is 100% a knight. And Kirill is a knight. How does that part in which Kirill gets mad for Susie having a guitar? Because Kirill gets mad for Susie having a guitar. And if the Royal Knight was Death, wouldn't Kirill want Susie to have a guitar? Why did Coles against save Death? Does it like Kirill want her daughter back? I'm so freaking confused right now! What the fuck? The only way that scene makes sense, Kirill gets mad at Susie for having a guitar if she's a knight. I think it's getting mad for, Susie forgot to prove that she is a knight. Kirill is a knight. Nope. Kirill is a knight. I'm sorry. I'm agree with all the other fields. I agree with all the other series. I'm sorry. I agree with Team Internet that Kirill is a knight. 100%. I'm sick of that. If it turns out I'm wrong and that's a knight, I am gonna be so freaking confused. Alternative Fox usually makes sense in his titles in his games. I'm telling that's weird. So I'm still thinking with Kirill being a knight 100%. I'm still sticking with that. I'm still sticking with that 100%.
Why is she fighting us? Why is she trying to bring about the roaring, letting dark?
Oh, true. I was gonna say like, why would she's like Chris had guitar, she's like, yeah, but no. Oh yeah, there'll be no sense. Why isn't I fighting us then? If it is Noelle, like if it is Tess, does Tess not remember us? Man, okay, that's another point to it not being killed because another part that they feel was that the Night Star fighting us knows that we were confident and cared about us. And cared about us and the house, said like you can have a guitar, I think, or have the code or something. I can't remember what she said, but the only person that killed is me to Susie, but killed was like to Chris. Just like in the fight, because I know when Chris was covered, they consumed like was nice and started the fight. I think, yeah. So again, we'll picture being killed.
Darkness take over the light world and letting Titans rule? Well, it all comes down to the rest of the legend of the Deltarune. Or should I say, the real legend. In Chapter 4, when we enter the Dark World in the church, a church that believes in the legend of the Deltarune, by the way, we encounter glass panels that Ralsei reveals are the prophecy of the Deltarune. You'd think we already knew all of this. We were told most of it by Ralsei in Chapter 1. But it turns out there's a little more to the story. And something about it wasn't sitting right with me. In the later part of the prophecy, it says this: the first hero, the cage with human souls and hearts. The second hero, the girl with hope crossed on her heart. And the third hero, the prince alone in the deepest dark. And last was the girl. At last was the girl. When reading the prophecy, Susie comments on how the prince is Ralsei, the first hero is Chris, and the girl is her. That, however, didn't sit right with me because the image we have of the girl doesn't look like Susie. The image of the first hero is the heart, which is us and Chris being the vessel. The image of the third hero is Ralsei in a robe. But the image of the second hero is carrying a sword and wearing what looks like a gown. Susie doesn't ever...
Yeah, Susie has an axe, but a sword and a gown. Oh, freak. The one I has a sword, right? But gown. Where's this going? Where is this going?
Ever really carry a sword. She's known for her axe, and she definitely hasn't worn a gown. Plus, when Susie attempts to open the dark fountain later in the chapter, all the colors were wrong. Things aren't exactly the same as the real Dark World, because though Susie knows how to open a dark fountain, she isn't the real hero spoken of in the prophecy. Susie is simply believing it must be her because Rolsei told her that she was the second hero back in the first chapter.
Yeah, true.
But if I'm saying that's wrong, that Susie isn't the second hero, then there's only really one other character it can be. A girl that wears a gown, has been a member of the hero's party,
Noelle?
and when you combine her ring of thorns that you get from her special root with a pure crystal, you get an item called the Twisted Sword. Guys, it's Noelle. Noelle has become a more significant character as the chapters have gone on, and by taking on the Snowgrave route in chapter 2, where you force Noelle to cast magic and freeze people, Noelle is becoming more confident and is gaining the ability to fight. In chapter 4, you also encounter these priestly figures of the Deltarune, each of them telling you a tale connected to the prophecy, and one of them says, "Who will call the girl who snows?" Which is referring to what we literally do during the Spamton Neophyte. We call on Noelle's name, and she is summoned, killing Spamton with her ice magic. In another part of the prophecy, it says, "Love finds its way to the girl." The image here is the same as the second hero, but it has a heart like ours inside it. On a more innocent level, this could be referring to Noelle's crush that she has on Susie, but given all the...
Are we gonna be able to transport the soul into Noelle? I'm able to control Noelle. Well, if we don't have like the Snowgrave, I control tell what did I use Snowgrave, but I'm literally control player soul, how we control Chris, and I'm the game. But I have control Chris, gonna be controlling Noelle. I think so. I think that the soul might pop out Chris again, and go into Noelle, maybe. I don't know.
The references to the Snowgrave route that we've already had, I believe there's a darker meaning behind this. In Undertale, we were taught about the love stat. When we kill enemies, our love increases, but the stat actually stands for level of violence. During the Snowgrave route, Noelle was pushed to become more violent, and the level of violence found its way to her. And this is made super clear in chapter 4.
Makes sense.
If you've taken the Snowgrave route in chapter 2, you will receive a unique cutscene in chapter 4, when Chris and Susie are in Noelle's house. After trying to find the bunker code in the old guitar, Chris pulls out the heart and stuffs it into a drawer. It's at this point that we start behaving real sus and vent. While moving around the vents, we can hear a conversation between Chris and Noelle. She says that last night she saw Chris, the real Chris, who told her that everything was all okay. Until our heart makes its way back into Chris, and the entire conversation shifts as we prove to Noelle that the events of chapter 2 weren't a dream like she thought. Chris then puts the thorn ring back onto Noelle's finger, and when we do, a red crack appears on the screen. This moment is us, the heart. We are the ones trying to control Noelle, forcing her to use her magic, helping her to find her level of violence. And as chapter 4 continues, we see these actions take effect. In the Dark World, when Susie goes ahead, Rolsei suggests instead of us going on ahead, we think of someone. If we choose to think of Noelle, the screen turns black and a small red dot with the words "thank you" appears. Then at the very end of chapter 4, the screen fades to black and once again the red dot appears. But this time, it's bigger. The red dot is Noelle's heart forming, love finding its way to the girl, just as the prophecy said it would. All of this is pointing to Noelle, and more specifically, the Snowgrave route being part of the prophecy. The Snowgrave route is the canon series of events. Even though it felt like it was a decision we were able to make, Kobe Fox is once again showing us that it was destined to be. This is also why the Night Death is trying to bring about the Roaring. The Roaring is what will summon the heroes and force them to banish the angels' heaven, banish us. Just like Chris, they want us gone so that their sister is left alone and safe, which explains why we see both of those characters working together throughout the chapters. Chris receives some mysterious messages from their phone, which are implied to actually be the Knight. And if you manage to defeat the Knight at the end of chapter 3, they will literally knight Chris. Chris wants us removed from their body, but they also clearly hate what what we are doing to Noelle, putting us in a trash can and kicking the living daylights out of us after we put the thorn ring back on her finger. It's their goal to bring about the roaring and force us, the angel, away from them and the lives of their friends. But then, where does all of that leave our monster girl Susie? Is she just gonna get sidelined?
Okay, that's time. 6 more minutes left.
In Chapter 3, when you're allowed to play the 8-bit minigame, there is a secret ice palace you can travel to. On the door is the Deltarune symbol, but it's slightly different to what you might remember. It's pretty hard to see because, well, it's 8-bit, but the symbol actually has 4 triangles on it instead of the usual 3. Before now, we believed the 3 triangles represented Chris, Susie, and Rolse, the 3 heroes. But now we're being shown 4
represents Noelle.
And that's actually reflected in the prophecy too. It's just that Susie, and by association we, have been conflating 2 parts of it. The girl that Susie believes to be her is mentioned twice in the prophecy, once as the second hero and the second time at the end. At last was the girl. This is a list of characters. First the vessel, second the girl, third the prince, and then last is another girl. There are 2 separate girls in this prophecy, and if you look into the game files, the image used behind the final girl is labeled Rude Buster. Rude Buster is a move unique to Susie, so though she may not be named as one of the 3 heroes, she clearly has something important to do with the prophecy. And I think I know what that role is. You see, in Chapter 4, Rolse confesses to Susie that he was intentionally keeping part of the prophecy a secret. Susie manages to get ahead and read it, but before we
I think I might do it.
Susie
that's okay.
smashes the glass and starts laughing. She says that she or Chris would never let that happen. Whatever is on that last panel was something that Rolse was worried about Susie and Chris seeing, and clearly it has an effect on Susie. Throughout the chapters, Susie has always struggled to accept reality, constantly denying whatever is being said and wanting to forge her own path. But this time feels different. It's not an angry defiance. It's uncomfortable, like, haha, but that's not gonna happen, right? And then she quickly tries to change the subject. So what did it say? Well, the lines before this talk about a final tragedy unveiling, meaning that whatever the destroyed panel said is revealing that tragedy. The ultimate tragedy that I could think of, one that would definitely make Susie uncomfortable, would be the death of a beloved character. And I believe that character is Susie herself. I mean, at the very end of the chapter, she starts to tell Chris how she really feels. And it feels very finite, almost like it's her ending monologue, her coming to terms with the reality that is set before her. Like she's going to die and is letting Chris know how she really feels and how she doesn't want to move on. Rolse is also acting sketchy throughout both of these new chapters. Not only are they hesitant whenever Susie brings up the prophecy, but Rolse also makes a point to always talk to Chris about how nice Susie is. He even does it directly after Susie smashes the glass. And I always thought that was a little suspicious. Obviously, one of the reasons Rolse is doing this is because they know what we know. Susie isn't one of the heroes. He jumped the gun when Susie arrived and made an assumption only to realize it wasn't correct, and that she is instead the second girl mentioned. But the real reason he's acting so strange, I suspect, is because Rolse knows of Susie's fate, that she isn't long for this world, and so he's trying to make sure however long she has left is an enjoyable experience, rather than us ruining it by favoring Noelle over her. And actually, Noelle is a big reason why I think Susie has to die. Remember, this tragedy leads us to banishing the angel's heaven, which, as we spoke about in a previous theory, is the good ending here. We are the angel, and our actions are bad for these characters, as we've seen play out with Noelle. And actually, Noelle growing in her levels of violence leads me to believe that we, the players, are growing her powers in order that during the final battle, the angelic-looking Noelle will become the perfect vessel for us to use in order to control everything.
Makes me so excited for the game,
also believe Susie, despite not being one of the main 3, is the one that's going to save Noelle, and in the end, the entire world. In Chapter 4, Chris has a moment of playing the piano. Chris is actually great at playing the piano. We see it referenced time and time again throughout the game, but while we are in control of them, they suddenly suck because we cannot play piano. However, during Chapter 4, Susie calls Chris by their name and tells them to play very sincerely, which leads to Chris, for a brief moment, gaining back control and playing without our inputs. Now, we know that Chris can rip out our heart and take back control of their body at any moment, but that is not what happens here, and that's why it's so special. Chris is able to gain back control while we are still inside of Chris. Susie's kind and authentic words had the ability to tear Chris away from our control. And I believe that Susie is going to be able to do the same thing for Noelle. However, Noelle is clearly far more powerful than Chris. That's the whole point of the Snowgrave route, making her stronger, which means it's going to take something much bigger to move Noelle. But we do know that Noelle has a massive crush on Susie, so seeing her die while under our control because of our control, I suspect that will be enough to pull Noelle back to reality, out of our control, so that the three heroes, Chris, Noelle, and Rolsei, can banish us for good. Now, the prophecy follows a classic AABBC rhyming scheme, and lines 1, 3, and 5 use 10 syllables, while lines 2 and 4 use 8. So while this next bit is purely conjecture, I'm going to put some money on the prophecy going a little something like this. And then, when all hope is lost for the tale, the final tragedy unveils. To save the world, there is only one way. The girl's death breaks the angel's sway. Only then will the worlds be saved. I'll admit, a lot of this is on the more speculative side. But what an awesome story arc it would be for Susie. The class bully turned into a selfless warrior, willing to do whatever it takes to save the world. Although it would also mean her losing one of the character traits that makes her so unique. Susie is constantly defiant, attacking when we don't tell her to, moving around without our inputs. But if she does sacrifice herself for the good of the world, then she's just like Chris, the Knight, Noelle, Rolsei, even us, who are just following a set path that Toby Fox has pre-planned. Then again, I suppose that's kind of been the point from the start, hasn't it? But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory! Thanks for watching. And thanks again to WB Games for sponsoring a portion of today's video. World premiere on Game Theory. Where is Wally?
That wasn't long. Okay, that got really sad at the end, man. I was saying this, I guess that did get sad at the end, man. That, okay, I still believe the problem about the knight being dead, so I still say it's killed 100%. But I forgot about his ass. Okay, to next video just minute. And like I think Tim makes have to talk about the rest of this video, then I got to my guess for what this next Snowgrave file is gonna be like, and yeah, so I'm gonna get the next video put up actually. And it's 45 minutes, so I don't think I'm gonna pause it. I don't think I'm gonna pause it at all because I just want to get through this. I see 42 minutes, so it's sort of inside it was. So yeah. But so because let me just pull it up, then I'll get my final thoughts on the game series, then I'll get my guess for the other. I said, you know what? I was gonna do my guess for the next Snowgrave file, but I'm not. So I'm just not gonna do that. So yeah. Because I know that what that Snowgrave file could be like. But those so the love fight pretty cool. So I always have like Susie, like Noelle found love with Susie, but we're saying it's on love for finals, so that's make 100% sense. Because I forgot that's what love stands for. I'm forgetting the Undertale uniform. So that's what. So that makes 100% sense. So yeah, and Susie sacrificed herself. Yeah, for us, we make Noelle break from our control. So yeah, I'm so excited for this guy to see like how much of that series can be true. But we will see to freaking like Chapter 7, man. I hope we get 2 titles next year. Those things we know is that we're getting Title 5, 100% next year. But after that, I'm not saying about Title 6 or Title 7. I still hope that the game finishes. I won't say by next year, but by 2027, I think. I don't know. I don't know if we get like another 2 Title set pack or like Title 5 to 6. Or if it's be Title 5, and then when I can get Title 6 to like. If that's the case, maybe Title 6 definitely will come together. I think that might happen. Title 6 definitely might come together. So, yeah. Like Title 3 and 4 did. But, yeah, let me see. Anything else I want to have for a video, man? Yeah, and if Susie dies, man, that would make, I think it's sad to say it happened like in one of the Toby Fox's games. Well, I mean, Astrio dying, it's like second sad, because Astrio dying is still number 1. Because, yeah. See, I think we like and the other like sound going to a moment. So I don't think they say it was as you're dying, and it goes on gets on to Flowey. So yeah, I said there was like I said a lot of points on the time I picked idea. Entire like as you, I'm not tired as your team fight, but the part of the replace his team in Undertale that part. I think, and then him having to turn back to Flower, that was another sad part. So yeah, there was a lot of sad parts in Undertale. Maybe that's why I told him it's going. It made me cry a lot. Let's see. So I'm not sad so far about Deltarune, but I don't want to say that an alternative for the person that Suicide dying was Rousey. Because think about it this way. Rousey is an anagram of Asriel. And like I said, Asriel died. I don't want to say that Foster the same thing, but I think he is. Because we still need a Flowey. And the next title is associated by Asgore and the flowers. That can't be a coincidence. It's either Susie dies or Rossi dies and gets turned into Flowey. Which I don't want that to happen because Rossi is my favorite Deltarune character, but I think it just makes sense because Rossi is an actor of Asriel, and Asriel died and got turned into Flowey. So it's as if Rossi died and then got turned into Flowey. So, and the next title is Elizabeth Asgore and the flowers. And I think it literally has a girl flower, the same girl flower that Flowey was. So maybe Asriel will get close to the end of dying, maybe in the next chapter. I don't know. Anyways, go see for Game Series. I still 100% believe that Kill was a knight, but make it be dead. I don't know. So I have to see when. I was thinking the Knights could probably get good if you to. I think it was title 6 or title 7. The Knights are not good. So the Knights are not going to give you a next title. But yeah. Anyways, because I was let's go ahead and get to finally the title of this stream. That's when one Noelle lost self. Snowgrave fat animations. It'd be probably scary and probably sad. So let's go. Guys, I'm almost I'll have to leave here soon. Yeah. Oh my god, okay. Listen, alright. Wait, is this? This one off the same as the of the. Yeah, it is. It is the same. I don't skip against like new dialogue, but so all this is like the same. Do we still like come out like through the window? Yeah, this is just like the where Noelle lost her way. FANMADE from last on the live stream. Nick cautious hands. What's different about this? Because so far, like no. I am so confused right now. Oh, that's new right there. That's new. The smoke. That's new. Okay. I said, but I don't skip against a new dialogue, man. You know what? I might be mad for this, but since this is basically the same as the Lost Away, if you want to see this, like, felt better they go as the last stream. But I'm just gonna read about to get that part of the smoke, which that yeah, 23 minutes, yeah. Oh, that's different because Susie stops us, I said last time. Only Susie came out. Sales. Pity. Lose your children. Your face, yeah. And that was way different. Okay, same as last time, Mason. I didn't get hungry. Oh yeah, like this time Toyo didn't give him. Oh yeah, I was going to get to 1,000 this time. And last time, Mason. The same as last time. Yeah, of course. Music stopped. The music is back. Oh, I think I can see what's gonna happen here. This is on the dial, but it's not like normal speed. It's not just new. Well, I think he's dead now. So there we go. Well, there we go. Okay, now I can tell it's Snowgrave. I was like, how is this like Snowgrave? Now I can see. Is it what if Noelle lost herself? But no, it's in this. Huh. Yet. So everybody's missing, I guess. Must be a seance. Oh, that's who Susie is. I was like Susie and I was going through the video, but it's like, when the second. But is anybody missing? Yeah, I'm type of get to a pattern on my tail. Okay, so Susie's in this if I okay. Oh, of course. The music is like good and not background music. Oh, for real. Oh. Music change again. Oh, so you must have been swinging somewhere else. This background music is fire. I got to say, like, the last one almost made me cry. So, that's background music. The other one's causing this experiences, I think. I think it's a C, not a E, sorry. This almost looks like Steve Reinforced music. For a second. That you. Well, I mean, yeah, Chris is listening. He's probably listening all the time. Where is Susie? Oh, 3 days ago. Background music. Oh. Oh, that's why. Saw that part that was going through the video. There's a fog. Oh, this is. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Oh, talk about Noelle. Yeah, Daz. Oh, talk about Susie. Noelle. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Back. We're going where Noelle was last time. We'll see. There we go. Yep. Oh. No, try again. I was saying, but it's really interesting. I like when like this animation. There's a 15 minutes left. Jeez. Yeah, proceed. No, proceed. Oh, there we go. The sound effect. We have 12 more minutes left. All right. Oh man. Oh, it's like when we have a papyrus and Undertale. But no, I'm bullying probably. Yep, that's bully. Yep. What can? I don't know what it's about. There we go. If you're in the lower last time. Oh, Snowgate. Oh, since I missed that point, I think. Oh, this is the same as the place in the Titanfall Snowgrave. Oh, dang it. Come on. Lily, we're going that entire time.
Mom, can I have an underwater alien tea party birthday?
AI that one with co-pilot.
Okay, I can skip it. You haven't. Yeah, call out. When did this come out? I want to see if this is talking about the Snowgrave found chapter 4. Oh, 2 years ago. Okay. So this is it gone. I thought it was like probably like a few weeks ago after Tab 4 came out, after maybe the Tab of Snowgrave out. But no, so yeah. Great, same. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. By Dr. O. Yeah, there we go. Plug her in. Oh no, it's not 4 minutes left. Oh, that was it, wasn't it? Oh, no, there's still more. That's not good. Yeah, that's because Bobby dead. Jeez. That scared me a little bit. Was he going like a tiny note? Oh no, it's a knife. Yep. I just Noelle and Chris. Oh. Yep. I think cool way for me that it's gonna win somewhere else couple. But it was time for that to win. Yeah, that video was so good, man. Oh my goodness, man.
With all the exterior wood stains out there,
hold on,
it can be hard to choose.
Quickly.
Or not.
Alright. That's it. Alright, there we go. Jeez, finally got through that. Sorry. Yeah, this is I'm trying 1 minute. It's bad, but I just wanted to watch that game today first before they get to this video. But that was really good, man. Yeah, the music was really sad. Some places I like that we made for some moments or somewhere else. Kind of almost like Symphony for music at one point. But yeah, so this was talking about defense of the chapter 2 Snowgrave route. So yeah, not from chapter 4 Snowgrave route. So yeah. So yep. So then we're going to darkness. So the title does make a lot of sense because we have a lot of stealth. That doesn't make a lot of sense. The last video made the logical way, I guess that makes sense. I guess the logical is what's going, I guess, but personal stuff. That time doesn't make any sense either. So yeah, I don't know. But good animation, and that's gonna do it for this string. So I'm gonna get this string going on for more longer. So yeah. Next thing I do will probably not be tomorrow, but will be on Monday? Yeah, Monday. Yeah. And I know they have to do that. We have to go on stream. That video was still not had on my issue laptop back, but as soon as I got my issue laptop back, I'm gonna record that video and get it uploaded onto the channel. So yeah, that's the last thing I did for get on stream. And then yeah. And then again, that's gonna be on to it will be around the official 3 because I was thinking in September or October. So yeah. And that'll be the last big anyways, I guess, until the next, but that, until something else, of course. But after that, the next big game, please, will be, Deltarune, the next chapter of Deltarune. Then when chapter 5, we ran into in, 2026. So, yeah. And that's it, much awesome. Before you do, I forget to subscribe, comment, and games today. I'm going to stay and see y'all, I think, yeah, Monday, or maybe Tuesday, maybe? No, not Tuesday. I said no, because I said my Wednesday, I won't be doing anything. So since I'm not doing it tomorrow, the next thing will be on Thursday, 100%. So see you back here Thursday at 7 p.m. to add to 2 more Deltarune series. Get gaming gamers until Thursday at 7 p.m. Deuces and stay determined. Bye, y'all. See you on Thursday. Bye.